The diver sinks into the cavern zone. He will extinguish his light in an attempt to keep the surface fish from following him into the cave system. The long-term effect of surface fish deep in the cave is not known. It is believed, however, that they will at some point negatively impact the higher forms of indigenous life in the system. The mystery of how the jungle above manages to stay so lush during a dry season that can last as long as 6 months at a time is quickly solved by swimming into these underwater passages. The evidence is everywhere in the shallower parts of the cave. These roots have been known to grow as far as 25 feet through solid limestone to drink from these crystal pools. Robbie comes to the first jump of the dive. He will secure his reel directly into the line arrow of the existing guideline, ensuring there will be no mistake about the right way out on his return. He proceeds on, running his line in one hand and his scooter with the other, always vigilant and aware of his fragile surroundings. Even though he has swum this passage many times and added many thousands of feet to the end, he is always on the lookout for something that he may have missed. That elusive crack to find the holy grail of cave diving could be one glance away in the wrong direction at the wrong time. One pass of the light a bit too quickly on previous dives. He never stops looking. Scootering farther into the cave, he comes to a restriction. To most divers, the idea of taking off gear, moving things around, and squeezing into holes, oftentimes in zero visibility, is not only a foreign one, but most probably would be their worst diving nightmare. As the years go by, the amount of larger cave is more quickly explored, leaving more of the smaller passages that today's divers have to contend with to make fresh connections. Diving in these conditions is expected on most dives. You either get very good and comfortable with it, or you get out. After twisting, wiggling, and contorting his body and gear through 5 meters of squeezed cave, Robbie emerges to an opening. He has to move quickly as he is running down close to thirds on his gas, and he needs to start laying exploration lines soon, or he will need to call the dive. He is now getting into an area of the cave that he recognizes as a good jump-off spot to start his exploration. Even after all the years spent diving here, it is impossible to ignore the size, splendor, and magnificent beauty of these cave systems. It is a large part of what makes Robbie's job so important: to explore, protect, and preserve this incredible, fragile environment whose beauty is beyond words and whose importance to this area is far more valuable than any monetary gain that can be had by its abuse. The diver reaches what he feels is the most promising area to start laying line. The task of working underwater in these conditions while remaining neutrally buoyant, knowing where all parts of your body and equipment are at all times, takes years and sometimes thousands of dives to perfect. Even the best open water divers with a single tank and no task loading have difficulty with this skill. It is an absolute must for a cave diver to perfect these skills in all conditions.